Good afternoon, Free Enterprise fans. I'm Paranoia, joined by Venerable this evening.
Hey, how's it going, Paranoia?
Just fine. I just remembered it's not evening. We got a HOPEN match for you today with
Oh, you're on
Dyrewulf.
Team HOPEN? I'm on Team HOPEN. This is gonna be a disaster in the making. I can tell already.
I'm flexible. So we have Dyrewulf, AlexaLeFay, Netara, and Superchicken for you this afternoon.
Yeah, looks like we're missing a C there in Superchicken's name. It is Superchicken. We have double checked it, so we're sure on that front. And yeah, this is one of our round one Hummingway Open matches. It's our more laid-back league, a companion league to the Highway to the Zenith Zone. And what have you heard about the seeds that all these HOPEN players have been dealing with all week, Paranoia?
I hear they've been in bloodbaths, like a 3-hour bloodbath. K-Nod so ad hoc every seed.
Well, hooray. It's so funny because I do love, by the way, how great an attitude everyone's had regarding them, because I've heard horror story after horror story and everyone's like, yeah, that was a terrible seat, when's my next one? So just a great outlook by all these open participants, and I'm hoping for a good race today.
And we're starting out with Frozen, which is pretty good. And, we had the White Mage start.
White Mage, a lunar boss at Beigen, and an Earth Crystal.
Earth Crystal.
So that opens up a lot of loot right at the start, which, not that there's any, I mean, you're not going to be getting too much damage output unless you find a really good, like, bow and arrow for Rosa. So I would love to see some Artemis arrows and maybe a samurai bow in this Troya treasury. That would be fantastic.
Maybe hope a heroine row pops out.
Oh yeah, always a pleasure to have when you have these mage starts. So let's see, anyone gonna actually go straight to the treasury, or are we gonna get kind of we're getting the classic. We're getting the Baron loot spree. Gonna see who is in this inn. Fairly standard play here, makes a lot of sense.
It's a Sid having a dinner date with a bomb.
Ugh, Mom Bomb, one of the most annoying fights at that location. She gets that bonus 9,000 HP no matter where she is, even if the spot has only like 400 normally. So
yeah, so it's just like, oh, would you like another 9,000 HP on top of this? Plus she explodes, so you have to deal with like all the little mobs.
Yeah, so you definitely want to be cautious going into that fight. Sid's not a bad pickup, but this isn't going to be one of those situations where you get through the first fight in a matter of seconds and can move on to the next one. You really don't want to take a wipe at the second fight if you're going through Mom Bomb in the first spot.
Right, so you want to come in there when you're fairly sure you can take on whatever in that second spot, and that's a strength drain. I don't think Rosa can equip the Zeus gauntlets. I mean, she can't. I think she can equip the strength drain, can't she?
I don't think so, actually.
Oh.
So just another piece of gear that, you know, you're hoping you're hoping for someone who can actually equip it. So depending on what kind of gear we find, we might actually see some trips up Hobbs before going Antlion Cave, just to find someone who can actually get a little damage output going on.
And we have Superchicken heading off to raid the treasury.
Oh, there we go. Now this I'm excited about.
That's a money axe.
That is big money right there. The poison axe, very low accuracy, but oh baby, does it sell for basically an arm and a leg that you get by swinging it and missing and removing your own arm and leg. I do like that big bomb in there too. I love to find these like mid-tier J items in the early game to throw at the first few bosses.
The mid-tier elemental items, and I mean that's a money armor. No, but yeah, as you said, the mid-tier elementals. Like that's the difference between that's the weird thing with the bomb items. You'll have bomb, big bomb, and fire bomb. Now, normally you expect fire bomb to be the fire 2 one. No. That's big bomb.
So nothing too spicy here. The main thing is we did get some really great money sources. That poison axe and that crystal armor will sell for just tons of GP. But it looks like Damsian actually has the good equipment for at least the starting Rosa. There's an elven bow and a black belt gi, both of which are great for her early game. So not too much value in the treasury. Nothing like, oh my goodness, ninja swords and heroine robes and Artemis arrows, but we'll take it. We'll take it.
It's something. We have all this stuff to sell. Please, take it off our hands. Yeah, sell the money armor.
I mean, so there are situations where I like, Thor Ages and Sirens both in one of these Troya shops.
And why are Thor Rages so important?
Well, when you've had as many Kenatzos as these Hopen seeds have gifted us, you want to have a guaranteed method of dispersing that wave.
Right. Looks like Superchicken is taking a stop in the weapon shop.
Ooh, and finds elven bows. We know there's a free one for the taking in Damsian, but picking up a spare or just to have one guaranteed, very, very good weapon shop check right there by Superchicken.
And it looks like he's headed over to Damsian.
Yeah, speaking back on that crystal armor, there are definitely seeds where if I can't find a weapon for Cecil, Paladin Cecil, and I don't really care about berserking him accordingly, then yeah, give me that crystal armor, let me put him in the back row, just tank everything.
Or it's one of those seeds where you have both that crystal armor and an Avenger and a nice holy sword, and it's like, well, this is great.
That's true, that's true. The Avenger does not care about the crystal armor's berserk immunity. Dyrewulf giving us our first peek at the antlion spot.
And that's an Odin.
Not too bad. Should be able to get the damage in here. We do have both that big bomb. We have a, I think I saw a vampire item. Those two combined will take care of this. If you're willing to throw them. If you're hoarding them, you might be in for a shock when that Zantetsu Ken comes out.
Oh, please. Remember, you have items. And the thing is, you don't really want to hold these items past this early game because they just don't have the damage to them.
Yeah, they definitely taper off a bit. There we go. Direwulf deciding, okay, I don't have quite the damage output I'd like on my Rosa. Let me just kill this jerk and see what we actually get. But deciding, not even seeing the key item, going ahead and resetting, wanting to have that vampire and that big bomb back. Curious.
Or he might have accidentally hit reset. I've done that before.
Okay, fair enough. The anticipation, getting ready to hit it to get your items back in case, it's a drain spear or something, and you just go ahead and hit it beforehand.
Oh, we have a Bahamut.
Ooh, and a candy cane. Look at this pink dragoon.
Isn't that fantastic? I like it.
Direwolf this time not using that silk web, gonna preserve it for a rougher fight down the road. So this Bahamut fight here, well, if Rosa keeps hitting like that, Superchicken will get through the fight pretty quickly. We do have a hook. Ooh. I mean, that's not... Okay, we were talking about how every one of these Hopen seeds is apparently a hook seed, right?
Yeah.
What were you expecting?
we may have preemptively cursed it before we even knew.
Yeah, so this Kane's a pretty good pickup. I don't think we've seen any other weapons for him. It turns out maybe that poison axe is the best option for now. You definitely want to stick even Kane in the middle if you're going to be using it, because accuracy is a big deal with that kind of weapon. And yeah, Superchicken has thwarted the Dragon Lord and earned a candy cane for their trouble.
And we got a refund on their big bomb. And as you mentioned earlier, yeah, you may even want Kane in the middle for that accuracy bonus, especially this early on where agility is not that big a concern. At least I have found it. Oh, that's a samurai bow.
Ooh, nice. My favorite's still the elven bow, but the samurai bow is a great piece of equipment. I do like that we have means of back row glitching all our characters already. We have bow and arrow, and we have a dwarf axe. So anyone who can be back row glitched, we have the tools already this scene.
And AlexaLeFay and Netara are both just spamming Thor Rages on this Odin here. He's going to go down in short order.
Yeah, this is another one of those little side benefits of having those Thor Rages guaranteed for dealing with Keinatsu. Yeah, an overrolled Odin gonna take quadruple damage, I believe, from them as well. So even these characters without a whole lot of DPS will still work Odin over pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm. And AlexaLeFay and Netara both pick up their hook. As Dyrewulf has finished off the Dragon Lord and has gotten themselves another candy cane.
Delicious. Christmas came early this year. So we do have that hook handy, and with this team, I mean, you can probably get through most of the overworld with just, Kain and Rosa. In fact, if you said, hey, here, pick your 2 starting characters, I would probably pick those 2 every time just because of how much wire-to-wire utility they have, start to end. But we are on the CNX flag, and this hook spot counts as a gate. So we could find a Fu, we could find an Edge, can get any character down here. So I like Netara coming on down here to make these checks.
Okay, my prediction is Tella.
Well, the character is not the part I'm worried about. I want to know who this boss is. Which, it's funny, when you're running a seed, you'll get to the boss. I mean, you're always blinded by one or the other. Like, oh, the character, and then what? I have no idea who I'm fighting here.
Who the boss is. I have done that on so many occasions. I get down there and it's like always a nice little surprise.
Yeah, Netara though being a little greedy here, doing a lot of looting. I would not want to be fighting these Stellmen with this team. Okay, she quit when she got past the town. Okay, she clearly has her gamble worked out. How many chests she's willing to open, hunting for these Stellmen or trying to avoid these Stellmen.
Because at these levels with this party, those Stellmen would massacre her. Hello, Ogo Pogo. We have a nope rope.
In Fabul.
Oh, we have Ant Lion. Ant Lion at Rubicon.
So that's a little rude, but it's not all that bad. And I'll tell you why. Between Kain, Rosa, and Yang, we have 3 different forms of attack that don't draw the counter. So as long as you use that aim, that jump, that power punch, you're not dealing with the counters. Antline's still going to punch you and punch you quickly. But I know that we've seen a Silk Web. There goes Superchicken using one. And both Rosa and Porum should know Blink by the time we're ready to fight that boss. So I say this is kind of a reprieve compared to some of the ones that everyone's been having to deal with.
And from Fabul, we find the Darkness Crystal. Would you like to leave this Earth behind?
Oh, Netara found a bonus money armor. So rolling in the dough with the 2 crystal armors this seed. But yeah, little spiciness in play here. Are any of these HOPEN runners willing to go to the moon I mean, we have a pretty great team. We already found sirens and hourglasses. If you want to, you can grind on the gold dragons, get your levels, and with Yang, Rosa, Kain, I don't hate it.
And I mean a Porum. Netara has found the Staleman chest.
And this is the tale of leaving moldy bread out. I don't know. Dyrewulf finding another poison axe. At this point, God, I mean, there's a Sid in the Baron Inn. I'm wondering who's on the moon at this point. Like, it wouldn't be fun. Like, okay, funny, haha, if poison axes were our best DPS source.
Would it be funny? Probably not. Would we laugh? Yes.
I mean, you gotta love it because it really is just. It feels like such an RNG fest with the poison axes. Like, oh yeah, nice hit. We hit for about 1,500 damage. Next hit, you hit for like 110. It's like, wait, what? What is going on here?
Sid or Kane. You had one job. It's to hit them.
But and so another thing too, we do have a lot of character options out there. Anyone who wants to, if you're strong enough, you can go ahead and raid the Tower of Zot, get 2 more characters that way. We still don't know who the Moon character is, so our racers are going to have some good options for customizing their party to deal with whatever they think are their strengths and weaknesses. Play to those.
Yeah, and I think with this party so far, you might actually want to do that Earth Crystal before you head up to the Moon. Maybe. It depends on what's that Earth Crystal.
Yeah, I mean, I love having a source of weak before going to the Moon. I love having a paladin to sit in the back row and tank all the attacks for me. But sometimes you just gotta make the play. You just gotta do it. You just gotta commit to it.
And we're seeing what's at the back of Mist Cave here.
Yeah, Netara doing that check just in case it's vanilla mist, but it is not a vanilla mist this time. No delicious, refreshing vanilla mist.
It's instead a ground squid, a ground octopus.
I mean, Netara loves her octopodes, but typically prefers Ultros.
And that's Dr. Lugay at the back of Waterfall Cave.
What are you doing putting your robot in the water? It'll rust.
You know what? That's a good place for him. I don't particularly care seeing Lugay elsewhere. I mean, you get reduced experience, and it's 2 fights. It's just like,
Dyrewulf buying some unicorns. Are we gonna see some Berserk cancellation strats? Ooh.
Unicorns are very interesting. They're just
a very tricky item to use. But I like them against Mist Dragon at least.
When you when you berserk against Mist Dragon, it just feels bad unless you have unicorns.
Nope. Alexa, meanwhile, first of our racers to go up ordeals. She doesn't have a Cecil, Tella, or Fu, one of the trifecta of characters that a lot of people like. But it's still boss XP. It's still a key item check. So giving us a little bit of new information up here. Unicorn doesn't cure all status effects. It cures a very weird set of status effects. Most notably the Berserk status. I think there are 3 others that does that. I forget. It's a very weird set of status effects that it gets rid of.
We have a free boss here in our first spot. It's Dark Imps.
Oh, that's one that we won't be seeing on the Moon then.
Yeah, that is pretty unfortunate. This spot is pretty low HP and usually pretty easy no matter what's in it.
Oh yeah, it has very low physical attack power, very low magic attack power. So you'd like to see a meaner boss here to a certain degree.
Like put down Ogopogo or Golbez. I mean, like Golbez is like not like much of a problem here. He just hits. Like, he does not even hit that hard here.
There we go. Rivers with the exact description of Basuna. Berserk, Charm, Sleep, Paralyze. So it won't fix your poison, it won't fix your piggy, it won't fix your frogs or your minis.
Superchicken has found kamikazes and cure 2s. Oh, it looks like Dyrewulf is dealing with Baron Inn at the moment.
Ooh, going to try to get this Sid added to the party. Hasn't picked up Young yet, so doing this a character down compared to the other opposition here.
Oh, we have another serpent at the back attack spot on Ordeals, and this is not a place where I would really want to see Leviathan with this party this early.
Yeah, it's definitely the gentler, friendlier Sea Serpent, but these Ice 2s will one-shot pretty much anyone on Alexa's team, except maybe if that Kane is wearing Dragoon gear. But with 55 life potions and, a source of cure too, I think you can probably win this battle through attrition.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and of course, Swimi Leone putting out another great strat. Throw Starvel up, let Leviathan freeze itself. Doesn't absorb ice, and those Ice 2s will be hitting it right back for several hundred damage.
Oh, and there's no need to worry about the second boss in Baron Inn.
Hey, this engineer is free. You get a free enterprise and a free engineer to fly it. Pretty nice.
And Superchicken is summoning the big whale.
Ooh, I like this. I like this. Again, dipping into those gated character spots. Maybe you find your foo, maybe you find your edge.
Maybe you find another Porum.
Hey, let's be optimistic. Alexa here actually using Sirens to grind on some of the double Lilith fights, a very lucrative source of XP in the overworld for when you just need a few more levels to get over the Ordeals hump.
Mm-hmm. And these are weak to Cure and Fire, which are usually both readily available to you.
Oh yeah. I mean, Young comes with a Fire Claw, so he is able to usually punch them. Well, or you can just throw a big bomb and do 3,000 damage to each. That works too.
I mean, I like it.
But yeah, the Fire Claw will do bonus damage versus them because they're undead. I think they may have the Reptile flag, so I think the Ice Claw might do bonus damage as well. I'd have to look it up. But yeah, there is a reptile racial identity in this game, and they don't all have ice weaknesses, but Ice Claw and Ice Rod both do bonus damage to the reptile group, which is so weird. I mean, it's not weird. It's weird that there's actually this entire, clan of reptile types in the game.
Right, and Superchicken has found Hourglass Ones on the moon.
Hey, that's nice.
As Netara picked up her hook, and I just noticed, did you see what else is in the chest in the King's room?
I did not. What was it?
A heron robe. So oh, we have a food! Dyrewulf has found the Sand Ruby and is picking up a mop.
So that Sid in the Baron Inn also came with the Sand Ruby, and that gives us a foo, which I wonder if Dyrewulf's going to clean up these other boss spots right quick. We did see an Octomammoth at Miss. We saw Lugay up taking a shower with his robot. So there are a lot of available bosses. We can get this foo super powered very quickly this seed.
Coffins and exits.
And Peasants OMFG asking in the chat, how goes the seed? Well, like most HOPEN seeds, we do have a hook seed. It's only Antlion at Rubicante, so not so bad. And we have a lot of options on the table already. We have the Darkness Crystal, so Moon is open. There was an Earth Crystal, so that's still on the table. The Baron Inn gave us both a Sid and a Sand Ruby into a Fusoya. Lots of options for our racers. If they don't want to go through Cave Eblin, they have a ton of content to explore.
Superchicken is headed into Bahamut's cave. Going to see who the boss is here.
Did Superchicken pick up the lunar character?
It was a Sid.
Oh, okay, another Sid. And here we have one variety of Mylon or another. Alexa, by the way, through that Leviathan fight, GG's Alexa.
Here's hoping she gets value from ordeals.
Oh, yeah, after spending this time up here, if you were to get, just a junker item, you're gonna feel pretty bad about the whole time sink.
Oh, that's a Millenzy at the bottom of Cave Bahamut. Not too bad.
Not too bad, but this team is not ready for that fight yet.
Just does not have the damage. Dyrewulf heading up ordeals.
I mean, you could do it, but I mean, there are other things I'd rather be doing with my next 11 minutes. How about you?
Yeah, that's a package.
Oh, that's a blue robe.
Gauntlet. It's a gauntlet. It's not.
Oh, I mean, you hate to see any blue robe there, because it's either a free boss you'd rather have in a harder location, or you're sitting here for the next few minutes dealing with Gauntlet.
And just wonder if you want to keep that package or not. And I mean, that is a key item. It does get them closer to 10 key items. So it's not necessarily completely wasted. Like, a cut down on your grind time is super appreciated.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But like Siegfried's pointing out in chat, Dyrewulf has a source of weak now. So, if you're doing a D-Machine grind, you don't really need the 10 key items that badly. Yeah, they speed things up, but you get so much XP so fast that sometimes just front-loading it rather than waiting for 10 key items is the way to go. And Dyrewulf is very nicely set up to do this, especially once he clears these remaining boss spots.
And from what we know, he should have no trouble with any of the bosses on ordeals.
Yeah.
That foo. Nope.
And Netara diving down the lunar subterrane. Bold move. I like it. But, I think both when she looks back at this race, or she, goes back to Earth and clears up more spots, I think both she and Superchicken are going to be very annoyed at how readily available that Fusoya was. Just easy peasy for the taking.
Like that foo is basically free. It's like behind a Mom Bomb and King Queen Eblin.
Yeah. So accordingly, I have to give the early advantage to Dyrewulf this seed. Had a little bit of a stumbling out the gate at that Antlion fight. Not really sure how he wanted to handle Odin initially. But having this foo and having him before anyone else, Dyrewulf's going to accelerate. This is putting the foot on the gas right here.
And Superchicken has run in to Rubicante.
Yeah, I believe this is up in the Tower of Zot, making the play to see who these other characters are. And again, it's just, I went hunting for characters and there was a foo available? Ooh.
My question is, yeah, he does have a Boreas. That is a free, like, 2.5k damage on Rubicant, which is really good when you do not have, like, a source of strong, reliable damage right now. Except maybe Rosa. Rosa can do this.
Natara's going over her gear here, and I think she's not finding anything that's really that great for grinding up here. But here's something to keep in your back pocket. I'm noticing those Medusa arrows, and there are several enemies on the moon that are vulnerable to petrification. So if you want a few levels in the situation, I would go to the 4th sub-basement, pop one of those sirens, summon some warlocks, and then try to get a proc of those Medusa arrows on them. You're not getting your life glitches off when you're using Medusa arrows, but it's still free kills and free XP.
Particularly on a moon this early on with like no real way of killing dragons.
Yeah. But of course, there's also the possibility of free bosses. Sadly, we've seen Water Hag and Dark Imps. They were both up on ordeals.
We've seen Queen Eblin.
Yeah.
We've seen Bahamut.
The Elven Bow also does quadruple damage. Excellent looking out by our tracker, Baka Shinobi.
And Netara has summoned dragons who exacted gain.
Oh, and Superchicken actually got the closing text from Rubicante. A little more flavor for your supervillains today.
And that means he's true to check the characters on Zot. Now, I mean, I will admit to being guilty of this. Okay, he is going to save. Good.
Yeah, because you know who loves to rear their ugly head up here?
Golbez and Wyvern.
Golbez and Wyvern. Golbez and Wyvern love the Baron Throne, and they love the second spot on Zot. So save your game if you're not prepared to run into one of those rude boys.
And we have a Sir in the second spot in Dwarf Castle. Hello, Edward.
Hey, good. We have Edward. We can now use his hide ability to great effect on Odin. No, not Odin. We seen an evil wall yet?
No, we haven't. We could have an evil wall down in the Fey March.
You know, actually, an evil wall at the King Queen Evelyn spot is prime Eddie material.
What a great song! I love it.
Okay. This is not bad. Again, you do ordeals, you get weak on Tella. You get weak on Tella, your grind on the moon is super easy. I mean, of course, you could just get Fu and do it that way, but what can you do?
I mean, Superchicken does not know that at the moment, so.
Zilch, it's actually not that rude. This seed is, I'll say it's as rude as you make it. There is a readily available Fusoya, but only Dyrewulf has found the Lunarian Sage. So
I think Alexa was about to, but died to Mom Bomb. Because I believe she was in that fight. Hello, Evil Wall. Speaking of Evil Wall.
You should have kept your Edward. You should have kept your Edward. No. This is fine. But Dyrewulf here is going to show us the power of Fusoya. Throwing that Ice 3 at Rubicante, cleaning him up in a heartbeat.
Never mind. It looks like Alexa has picked up her Fu.
Great news for Alexa. So Superchicken has done a few more location checks, I think, than Alexa. But again, just having that Fu, I think, is going to put Alexa squarely into, for now, rando gonna rando. But I put her in second place right now, just in terms of current progression. That Fu gonna do work.
She's picking up some coffins, and have we seen? I kind of want to see Fu's spell list at the moment.
Likewise, because I didn't see her go do the Vanilla Mist, or, well, I mean, she's still in Kaipo. But Dyrewulf, I want to see this Fu's HP. I'm curious. 1500. Yeah, that's beefy.
And I guess Dyrewulf has just picked up a Tella for,
yeah, I mean, you can use him. You can anchor with him. He is an extra source of weak. Really, his utility spells are all fantastic.
Netara has killed a dragon.
Hey, nice. One down, one to go. It looks like Fu has Quake and Virus, but not Nuke yet.
That should still get them through the Valhalla spot pretty fast. I'm pretty sure this spot has less HP than the Magic Sister spot, doesn't it?
It does. Because the Magic Sisters has, 3 different parts that are all combined. So it has, I believe, 8 to 9,000, whereas this spot has, I believe, just over 6. Alexa now cleaning up those bosses is going to power her foo up as well. Currently sitting at 1,200, well, now 1,300 HP. Yeah, there's Quake. Quake learned at the 1,300 HP mark. Very nice.
Mm-hmm. Dyrewulf is just working through Eagle Wall here and has finished him off.
Well done, Dyrewulf. Let's see if we can get nuke on this foo.
And he learns. I did not see.
Dyrewulf hammering that button very fast. Exit go spinny.
And we have a ninja shirt.
So, to recap, for the low price of 1 Tower of Zot, that's 2 boss checks, walking all the way up, a cutscene or 3, you get an Edward, a Tella, and a ninja shirt. You'll love to see that.
Ninja sold separately.
I mean, yeah, we also got 200 more HP on Foo, but what a time sink.
And suddenly I feel real good for Netara here, just powering through this dragon.
I mean, one of them's down. This one can't have too much more HP left. These jumps doing, about 400 to 500.
Yane's doing respectable damage.
Yeah, slowly but surely.
Looks like Superchicken is headed up ordeals.
Hey, there we go. The dragons are dead. She got the life glitch off on the front one. So, Buku levels coming in. Knows Berserk, at least, which will speed up any more of these she wishes to do. Looks like she is going to go heal up and maybe take a peek at some of these bosses.
And it looks like AlexaLeFay is about to go up ordeal. I mean, Zot. She's already been up ordeals.
Another racer getting primed for disappointment.
Oh, Zot.
And Dyrewulf, having powered up his foo, looks ready to go tackle some stuff on the moon. Again, I'm kind of surprised that no one's going for that hook. Antlion, not that bad of a fight there. Again, especially if you have this foo like Dyrewulf and AlexaLeFay have.
I missed what the boss was. Was that Baigan? Was it Baigan, that white spear?
I missed it too. Yeah. I don't want to. Let's not.
This one is Hi Maga Sisters.
This also, I mean, that Elven Bow will do quadruple damage.
Berserk Eurosa, you know you want to.
But I think that I would want to do at least one more grind fight. I know that you feel like you just spent a lot of time killing those other 2 dragons, but I would just feel, if the boss isn't completely free, there's these lunar submarine spots. They're rude. And fingers crossed that Netara breaks through. Yeah, and like Siegfried pointed out, their magic here is not so bad. Rosa there was able to tank one of the lightning 2s. It wasn't coming out to, like 2,000 damage or something like it does at some places. But these punches, yep, there goes a Yang. They're just going to be getting so many actions. It's going to be real tricky to pile on the damage against them.
Particularly since they have that dwarf axe on Sid, so everyone's moving super fast.
I really hope I got my push to mute there. Put rest before I sneezed. Apologies if I didn't make it in time.
No.
I didn't blow out your eardrums, Paranoia?
No, you didn't.
Hooray!
I probably would have been like, what was that? If you did. Superchicken has taken down Leviathan.
Dyrewulf finds the green Sid on the moon. Doesn't bother with him.
I mean, he has 2 old men. He doesn't need another one.
Alexa has done something I've done 1,001 times, where you run in the door and then you run right back out the door. Why does holding up not work here? Who designed the topography of this tower? It makes no sense.
AlexaLeFay picking up her Edward, and now to pick up her Tella.
But again, the real value here is again the 2 more boss fights for Fu. I think a huge thing that could happen here, just to have divergence, would be if after this Alexa goes Hook instead of Moon. Just because then Dyrewulf and Alexa, both with these very strong Fuselias taking 2 different directions, be really exciting to see what comes.
And she's very unexcited for those characters. I can't blame her.
Oh my goodness!
Hi, Kinazo!
So, community member and excellent racer, Simbu rolled this seed. So our racers will know exactly who to blame for it.
That Thor Rage is going to be too late. That wave is coming out whether Netara likes it or not. And probably not. Honestly, that's going to like murder her entire party.
Yeah, this spot. Yeah, here we go. Let's look at the. Ooh.
Yang survived.
Yeah. But it's not going to be enough. So this lunar basement has a Baigan, a Maga Sisters, and a Kenatsu. What the? Oh. This is definitely this seed is punishing people for going moon. Like even the people who have that Fu, if you don't do like I would say if you're not grinding up to like Cure 4 on Rosa for the bonus, you're not getting through most of these fights. Like Fu can do a lot of work, but I don't think he's soloing the 3 of these.
With enough ethers, anything is possible.
Honestly, the Baigan fight's probably the best option, because Quake, we do have Quake, and it will kill the arms every time it's cast, as long as you make sure they're spawned when you queue it up. So, Baigan, doable. The other spots up here, I don't like them. Dyrewulf doesn't even like Baigan. I don't blame him.
The moon is a wonderful place where you go to die.
Alright, so Alexa has cleared this Tower of Zot, so she has a choice to make now as well. You gonna go for the Hook, or you gonna go to the moon? I'm fingers crossed for Hook.
Because at the moment, the moon does not seem very tenable.
Yeah, Moon's haunted. Moon's haunted.
Like, we may have, like, a Golbez at Paladin spot.
Dyrewulf taking time to grind now as well. Did anyone actually peek the package character? I mean, once you have the Fu, your team's great. You don't really need it. It's just really my curiosity that's speaking up now. Oh, another Sid. Thank you, Tarasu.
And it looks like Alexa is going the Hook route. She wants nothing to do with the moon.
You know, she doesn't know how many bullets she is dodging. Anyway, so while we have a little walking and a little grinding, make sure you give all 4 of these racers a follow. All really fun community members, all having a blast racing this really rude seed. I'm hoping that everything is on the moon, but that someone who does Earth still gets it done first by virtue of just having the stuff to deal with it, you know?
Superchicken taking on Mom Bomb, about to be rewarded with a Sid and a Sand Ruby.
Yeah, again, just when Superchicken sees this free boss and then finds that Foo, ooh, again, I would love to see expressions on these racers' faces when that gift is bequeathed unto them.
You know, I think I could almost hear Netara yelling when she found Kainazo. Could you?
I think it's going to be maybe, but I'm just preemptively imagining what happens if she gets that Sand Ruby and goes and finds that Foo. Like that, Simbu gonna get banned.
King Queen Evelyn. Like, imagine finding it like behind two particularly easy bosses at that.
Alexa finds the Stillmen. Now her team will be able to actually handle these two.
You know, Fasoya very, very apt at dealing with like day-old bread.
I mean, I didn't see any ovens on the moon, so clearly they've been eating just leftovers from when their planet exploded, right? That's canon, right?
Yeah, I think you're right.
All right. Let's see, what would be a spicy item here?
A curse ring would be pretty okay, I guess.
That's a really great find. I think one thing that we've kind of discovered as you know free enterprise has evolved is just how much you can break the ATB system in this game if you want to, and the curse ring is a great tool for making that happen.
You have like curse ring, a dwarf axe. I believe like most of Edge's like top gear helps, especially if you have a crystal ring.
Yeah, anything that lets you manipulate that, because just for those of you who may be new to the game, the general idea with having a really slow anchor is not that you're actually slowing down your bosses. It's that you're speeding up the rest of your team. So that can put you on equal footing, because there's a limit to how fast everyone can get. You can't be going faster than ATB1.
And like that means your berserkers are swinging more, you're getting more nuke casts out of your nuke casters.
Absolutely.
Superchicken raiding the front of Waterfall Cave picks up another Monday armor and a lunar staff.
Huh.
And a wizard shirt.
There's just some stuff that Superchicken really needs to buy. Can I say how delightful it is to keep saying Superchicken, by the way? I'm so glad Superchicken is racing today.
It's such a delightful name.
I also, not just that, but the fact that we do have both a Dyrewulf and a Superchicken duking it out, along with Alexa and Netara, of course. But just imagining a wolf coming to try to, you know, steal your chickens, and the chicken's just like, no, I think not.
I think I need to look in the monster manual about Dyrewulf stats.
Just make sure you look up Superchicken stats too.
Superchicken is picking up their old man. The older man.
And by the way, look how free this hook path is. We got the Baron guards at King Queen Evelyn. They're going to get a couple hits in, but then, nope. They are frozen in time. Zawarudo. And there we go.
And I mean, sometimes Antlion can, you know, ruin your day. But not right now, I bet.
And Fu learns Holy. I think Nuke is going to be at the very tail end of his spell list at this rate.
I mean, would you be surprised?
No, not at all. But yeah, this fight shouldn't be so bad. Just don't use your attacks that draw counters. I would not Zerk anyone up. I would blink, blink, blink. I would power. I will jump. I will cast the biggest bada boom I have with Fu, and you're going to be underground. No problem.
I was almost hoping for the Mediocast. Give me rocks.
You know, I don't know if Alexa swapped out Fu's staff at some point, but if he's still rocking that lunar staff, honestly, I like the holy cast here. It's not that much slower than I think it may be the same delay as Ice 3, and you know you're actually getting that plus 15 spell power boost from the staff, or pardon me, plus 10.
I mean, white is like it feels kind of slow. It feels like casting like a big ticket elemental spell.
Yeah.
Which it kind of is, actually. Yeah. Thinking about it.
I mean, you just could contrast it with Nuke, though. And that's the trick. But, you know, it's going to be doing work this fight. And Alexa very cleverly using power and jump to avoid these counters. I like it. I like it.
Throwing out a Quake.
And blinked up. So at this point, you know, I between Dyrewulf and Alexa, they've each branched off their own path, but each one has, you know, a very strong Fu, a very powerful team. Superchicken lost some time by not getting that Fu sooner. I wonder if they're going to chase the moon as well or follow Alexa underground.
That's a good question. Alexa has decided to start casting Quake instead.
I'm a little surprised at that. Quake still has a bit of a delay on it. But, you know, I guess it's at the top of her magic menu. It's a pretty fast animation.
Nope, it looks like Superchicken is headed underground.
Tarasu, that's why I hate the Poison Axe. It's like, you know, you'd think, oh, it has 65% hit rate. No, it don't believe it for a second. I think the Poison Axe not only has that percentage number, I think it also uses Final Fantasy Tactics percentages, where, you know, your 90% is 10% and your opponent's 10% is 90%.
I mean, that's just to make things more exciting. That Poison Axe is making the game more exciting.
So Dyrewulf here having a little getting worked over by Baigen a little bit. A couple characters have bitten the dust, but is ready to cast the Quake as soon as the arms are recovered. Using Blink to great avail, just like Alexa is with the Antlion fight. One of the tricky things here, though, is that each Quake is going to draw another wall counter from Baigen, and depending on who those walls land on, you can suddenly lose your ability to keep blinking up. And if you can't blink, oh yeah, like so. Those snake noodly arms, they come chomping tonight. Tonight, it's one of the
knock out Kane. And AlexaLeFay is underground.
All right, Alexa, you gonna show us that? Yeah, it's a sparkly.
Yep, it's a moon boss. I mean, it could be Wyvern. Wyvern would be funny there.
It's a very funny spot for Wyvern, because if you've done a little bit of grinding, you can probably just survive the Mega Nuke outright.
And he's just like, well, that didn't work.
So at 53 minutes, AlexaLeFay is the first of our 4 racers to reach underground. So she has a lot of options open to her. She has that Fu, very potent. Going to be interesting to see where she goes. Again, having that foo means you have pretty much your choice of locations to go clear out.
Well, Faye is headed straight to Tamra. Are we going to get a validation of her run?
Ooh. Selling those Fuma Shuriken for big bucks.
You love to see them. Because you love to sell them.
Ninja shirt? Oh, you're keeping the ninja shirt? No, get that garbage out of here.
Illusions, buy 30 of them.
Yeah, this seed. Okay, she got 10, but ooh, knowing what we know about these lunar bosses, I would want all the illusions, all of them.
I like this is a sort of seed where you want like 30 illusions and like 50 Bacchus spines. Or something around there.
And our dwarf friend is a mining engineer, which, yeah, you're a dwarf, but what's your job? All right, Alexa, the first racer to validate the run. I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Ooh, we're going down to the Fey March. Tell me, Inven, how do you feel about the Fey March?
Fey March is garbage. No. Fey March is hometown. Fey March is hometown. That's why you don't go ransacking your own house. You don't break in. You don't rummage through your own drawers. You treat it like the home it is. You leave the royalty alone. Maybe you go check your little savings crate behind your teleport tile. But beyond that, no. Fey March is home. Sir Leviathan is hometown.
And that's a Luca key. So I guess our savings. I guess that was our savings. That's just like the key under the pot at this point.
So let's see. Let's gonna peek the bosses too, I trust. Again, what freebies do we have left at this point?
Kaipo cards, Kaipo soldiers.
Yeah, that'd do it.
I'm thinking there's like at least one other one. And that's not either of them, so who cares?
Wouldn't you love to have a paladin right now when you see that karate man on the right?
The lunars actually might be doable.
Yeah, I like seeing them there because that spot has so much HP, 35,000. So having it divided into two monsters, very nice. Of course, there's always lunar frog strats, which is a delight to see.
AlexaLeFay is apparently not failing either of those right now, so...
Yeah. That young fight, I think, is doable as well, but you'd probably burn a lot of your illusions on it. Those punches are going to be super damaging. The kicks, a little more bearable, but yeah, both spots are doable. I mean, they're just a little tricky and a little bit of a time investment.
And Netara is through the Magus Sisters. What will she get?
That's 2 item spots.
Excalibur and the Adamant.
That's some value. All right. So, of course, we have to have the Adamant to forge the crystal. That Excal, well, there's no Cecil to be seen anywhere. There's no edge to fling it. But I dig this. I dig this. So is Netara going to do a full moon commitment? Or is she going to say, hey, I have a crystal. Let's go back to Earth and see if the other half's down there. Now Netara going to keep cleaning up these bosses.
I'm pretty sure Dyrewulf already got through Bigan here, and I don't think it had anything, so...
Oh, gotcha.
I kind of missed it because I was, like, fixated on whatever Alexa was doing at the moment.
Oh, yeah, likewise, same thing. We were seeing new bosses, we were seeing a free key item, well, potential key item spot, it was, the Luca key. So I lost track of it as well. Chat and our tracker, Baka Shinobi, did Dyrewulf get anything from that Bigan at Pale Dim? not at Peldim, at Plague. No, chat saying Dyrewulf took another wipe there. Okay.
Ooh. Netara game blink strats up. Very respectable. When in doubt, cast blink.
So, you know, Netara kind of has a subtle advantage to not having a Fusoya here. It's weird, I know. But if you have Fu, you're going to be throwing Quakes at Baigen, and that, of course, draws the wall counter. But I think here, with your 2 white mages and how important it is to keep these blinks up, I think you're better off not having the walls reflected onto your team. Also, if you only kill one of the arms, Baigen doesn't do the action that restores them. And that arm, his right arm, is in the back row for monsters. So I kind of like the idea of just, you know, beat up the front arm, beat up Baigen, beat up the back arm. Magic's actually making this fight trickier than or black magic actually makes this fight trickier than it ought to be.
AlexaLeFay has found orbs.
Orb! You know what I would... Alexa, do it. Do it. Rocks fall. Every computer dies. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. No! No! Video! Oh!
Oh, we were so close.
I'm heartbroken. I'm heartbroken, Paranoia.
I mean, I cannot blame her. Medio takes a while to cast. You might just kill it before it actually becomes a thing.
Yeah, but you gotta do Rocks Fall when the game lets you do it. So one of Netara's white mages has taken a dip, but that front arm is down. So she can now... Oh, and the main body's... Okay. Netara about to finish off this Baigen fight. I like it. I like it. So although she had a little bit of... a little bit of time spent getting up to speed with those gold dragon fights, Netara is now steamrolling these really hard lunar bosses. You love to see it.
And that's the tower key. No half tower plays today. Oh, maybe half tower plays.
Zidmud, you can do blink on the attacking orb, and that way your Zerkers will not accidentally kill it and get you into Globe 199 mode.
Which is just like 2 people die mode, really.
Yeah. So here's the other issue, and that's going to be that when Netara does get back to Earth, if Legend Sword's not here on Moon, I'm really hoping that she ignores the spots that she didn't do earlier. Just full commit to this play. Chase everything you got on the Moon, and I would love to see an Netara win by a landslide just for going full Moon.
Dyrewulf should be through the Magus sisters in a minute because the middle Cindy has gone down.
Yeah. Well, it depends. Hey Fu, you want to are you gonna throw a Quake while confused? That would be. We've seen it before. I've seen Palom wipe his entire team. And Alexa did, by the way, let Rocks fall. The people's champ, AlexaLeFay, giving us Cloudy with a chance of Meteor Balls.
Unfortunately, Fu is out of NP, so there's no real danger of that happening.
No. That's funny. And Rosa tearing it up with the Elven Bow.
And as we saw earlier, we have a sword in the second spot in Dwarf Castle. Probably just going to cycle around to Fu and bye.
Yeah, that'll do, Fu. That'll do. But I'll tell you, I love what Netara has pulled off with this team. Again, she's the only one of the 4 racers without the Fu, but that's not stopping her. She is getting through all these bosses one after another. You love to see it.
Just working her way past Kenazo here. AlexaLeFay doing nothing to stop that hand. His Superchicken is going down to check out the Fey March. I find a stat stick in the chest.
I'm very intrigued at this Kenatsu fight. I'm wondering if, I mean, of course, there's the timing issue, but Natara's front row is doing really good damage here. The question is, have they gotten these HP low enough
I
so
think
that...
she does, actually.
Okay. Because here comes a wave. Let's see.
Rosa should survive. Yeah, it came low, but everyone who matters did.
Excellent, excellent. Good to see. Good to see.
Although that punch to the face means she needs to pop out a Cure 4 here, real fast.
Yeah. We need to see a Cure 4 before this wave comes out, and we're good. Using the run buffer, try to freeze that turtle in place. Cure 4 does not have a delay, by the way. Cure 1, 2, and 3 all have delay 1. Cure 4, delay 0, which is very, very good to have right here, right now.
And I think she's just going to try to power through this at this point.
Yeah. Oh, I think she just did a triple plink. I've done that more than once, going all the way down to bear instead of just going down to power. But I think this damage is enough. I think she's good to go here.
As long as a wave does not come out, she should be fine. And Yang barely feels like 15,000 health just coming off at once.
Yep.
Well, not 15,000, 1,500 health.
And there we go. I think that's the last Cure 4 she is going to need. Natara's about to have cleaned up 3 of the rudest bosses to deal with on the moon, and I am here for it.
Yeah, she barely felt that wave. Like, what wave?
So Netara about to dine on turtle soup. Meanwhile, Superchicken actually coming over here to the sealed cave. Gonna see what lies behind this Luca key.
As AlexaLeFay finally heads up to the moon.
Ooh, that... Ooh, ugh.
I mean...
I like Moon, but I feel like if you've already done the hook, I would...
You might want to commit to things underground first.
I mean, that's easy for me to say, because we've seen what's on the moon.
Right,
And we know that Dyrewulf and Netara have both been cleaning up here. So that's probably why it feels bad to me, just knowing that this is putting Alexa kind of behind 2 of her opponents in this situation. Of course, if the sword's up here too, she'll be very thankful she came up here instead of full clearing Earth. But yeah, definitely falling a little behind Dyrewulf and Netara now.
We're at the point in the Kane-Ozo fight where if he's in the shell, I would just be berserking Yang and Kane.
Yeah, because this spot, the remedy recovers so much HP.
And at the bottom of Sealed Cave, we have the Twin Harp.
Ooh, the chains keep coming.
Superchicken resets out of it. I'm not...
Oh, you know who else we've... Oh, okay, he's not resetting to skip the item. He's doing it because he didn't heal up and wants to actually be prepped for it.
And I mean, we could still have a 2-for-1 deal down at the Sealed Cave if Mist Dragon's here.
It's true. No Misty seen yet.
Mist Dragon. Yep, here comes the Berserks.
Yep. And also taking the opportunity to pick Porum back up. Couldn't really get her up while trying to keep the rest of the party healed, but now making sure that she gets that XP as well. She's already too highly leveled to be like a true agility anchor, But her Cure 4s and her Zerks will definitely help in these fights up the road. Kenatsu sticking his head out after restoring that 3,700 health, but with these Zerks, yeah.
He immediately just decides no.
He's like, are they gone yet? Ah!
Punched in the face.
Alexa here, going to the right spot though to get that adamant. I wonder if she'll dip out. Like again, you know, you can always take the theory that you want half on Earth, half on Moon, and just play that to the bone. And you know, when the randomizer stars align, it can pay off big for you. And I'm always curious to see who all likes that versus going, you know, full clear Moon, etc., etc.
And I mean, sometimes you're not failing full clearing Moon. Sometimes you're feeling just like, I have all these checks back on Earth from the Moon, and I got a piece of go mode up here. I'm just going to go turn these in and hope.
So I think Superchicken doesn't have a lot to worry about from this Peldim fight, but it is going to be slow doing these Zerking just because, well, because of slow. It is slow, it casts slow. Slow is the animation we will see quite a bit of.
I mean, this isn't a bad fight, it's just a slow fight.
I'm really hoping that Netara's team can get some high hits in here and finish this turtle off. There we go. Okay, whew. I was worried that we had gotten stuck in the loop where the turtle keeps healing and you just can't close it out, but Netara takes down Kenatsu at Ogopogo. You know,
and what does she get for it?
You know, I'm gonna say it. You hate to see that. Not because it's a bad piece of gear. Artemis Bow is great. It's because you just spent 10 minutes fighting a turtle, and that's all you got. But hey, is torn through these 3 lowest fights. Looks like she's walking up now, gonna be hitting up the Wyvern spot, which, I mean, depending on who it is, could still be rough. But I think if you've cleared these 3 bosses, nothing else is standing in your way.
Yeah, like you're fine with anything else.
Superchicken still working on that Pale Dim fight down at the Evil Wall. Netara about to give us our first peek at this Wyvern spot. Actually equipping, okay, unequipping, okay, she's switching back over to White Magic Stat Stick rather than DPS. On both her White Mages, yeah. Not using them for damage at this point, choosing to keep them on the heals, which after these past few fights, I feel that completely. Alexa does elite damage to Mindy.
Excellent work.
Cortox asking in chat, hey, by the way, bonus round, what is up, D-Mist? It's not the World Series Forge flags, it is Forge the Crystal mode, but the specific flag set is there in the middle. It's a little different from what we were running during a World Series League Forge. Yeah, Fu showing the power of microwaving your turtle soup. and has a chance to make up ground on Netara here. D-Mist, a little bit of an annoying fight if you have mostly, beefy brutes doing physical damage. Dyrewulf does have that nuke on that Foo, which will contribute greatly to his damage this fight. Superchicken not immediately chasing that Twin Harp. Gonna loop here through Dwarf Castle. There's, of course, an item shop you can check right quick. We already know from Alexa's visit that there's not really... there's the Magma Key. It's a key item, which still counts towards your 10 count. So there's that, but not a whole lot of other value here. I'm hoping we get music pretty soon. Paranoia, you still with us?
Kind of. Again, I'm having technical difficulties on my end.
Okay, gotcha. Just making sure. Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah. I looked up your symptoms on the computer, and it looks like you may be having internet connectivity issues. So Superchicken actually taking the time to loot a little bit of this dwarf castle, the East Tower. Netara and Dyrewulf both dealing with D-Mist. Alexa chasing behind them, rocking the Magus Sisters. Looks like she has this fight in the bag at this point. Oh, Dia noticing some very clever tech by Alexa. If you don't want your Rosa to heal your opponents, still her MP.
I mean, would you rather her have no MP or her cast Cure 4 on that Cindy?
Or even where, well, I don't think Alexa's knows life too. Actually, that's a good question. Can a confused white mage target a deceased enemy slot with life 2?
I don't, because from what I can tell, enemies stop existing once their sprite has completely vanished. So I don't think so.
Okay. All right. I know they become untargetable under normal circumstances, but the confused status does really weird things. Now, I think it's a completely different situation here. I'm inclined to go with River's wisdom on this front.
Okay.
Especially because one of the things that we saw until Board patched it out was, only a lightsaber. But that Mist Dragon will have an item as well. One of the weird things about the game is that Rydia, according to her script, actually learns Cure 2 when she grows up. You can dive into the scene description in FF4Caster, and it's included. Like, I'm guessing when they originally wrote it, it's, make sure she gets all the level 2 spells. Okay. Fire 2, Ice 2, Lightning 2, Cure 2. And during one version of 3.0, if Rydia was confused, she could cast Cure 2 on monsters, even though she doesn't have white magic in her spell list anymore. Which, I wouldn't be surprised if you could actually do a life 2 while confused as well.
Yeah, I think you probably could.
Anyway, Dyrewulf, of course, not getting too much reward from the D-Mist spot. Rydia's mom may still have something on the table. Exits out. Netara also finishing off that Mist Dragon.
Dyrewulf going to give us pick up her lightsaber.
Yeah, and Dyrewulf going to give us our first peek at this Pale Dim spot.
Come on, Golbus. That's like Golbez.
That might be even a little worse than Golbez.
You kind of hate to see it. Okay, you do hate to see it. But
I mean, we have hourglasses. I know. I think Superchicken bought like a stack of 20 coffins. Of course, Superchicken's still on Earth. Dyrewulf does have a source of Quake in Fu, so there are ways to deal with that spot, but it is a pretty big time sink, so I don't blame him for leaving it hanging.
Like, you already have one half a go mode up from the moon. You're going to bank on both halves don't come from the moon. Or if they do, it's like an Earth and back situation.
Ideally, yeah.
And
So
Dyrewulf is going to go pay a visit to Millen Z.
Yeah, I think Dyrewulf is going to have this fight in on lock this time. We have the levels, we have the full-powered Fu. Not going to be like that earlier peak this seed.
Where you just like, and you're just going to be throwing fire 3s at him.
Oh yeah. Fire 3s, cure 4s.
If he had that yawn, he would just be, you know, punching him in the face.
Opting for nuke instead for the quicker cast time. It's kind of your trade-off here. You can do nuke significantly faster for looks like about 7,000, or you can take a little delay and do the fire 3 for quad 9. Well, as long as you're casting it with Fu. I don't think Tella. Well, okay, I don't think Tella's even getting to cast it.
I think Tella may be dead. I think we have Canon Tella.
And Netara, biting the bullet, going for this gauntlet. I mean,
this could be big. If this is the Legend Sword, she's suddenly in a real good spot.
So again, going over our lunar bosses. Baigan at Plague. Ugh. Magus Sisters at Lunar Dragons. Rude. Kainatsu at Ogopogo. Super rude. I don't like the Mist Dragon on the moon either, just because of, oh, okay, I'm missed now. Ha ha ha, you can't hit me. And then Gauntlet. The only good fight on the moon is that Mylon Z.
And eating the Millen Z is at a spot where he's going to be trucking you if you're not ready.
Yeah.
And that's Millen Z is just sitting there holding onto this holy sword.
That's 2 Excaliburs and a lightsaber on the moon. Just for keeping track. And you know how many Cecils we've seen this seed?
None.
None. You know how many edges we've seen to dart these weapons?
None. And we're probably not going to be seeing any more character checks at the moment.
Just go. Maybe there's a Cecil and the Giant. Nah. On the bright side, if Kakol is selling anything really, really beefy in his shop, like, you know, white robes for these mages, things like that, we'll probably be able to afford them. Alexa, by the way, dipping out and chasing the tower key. I like I like going splitsies on the moon and Earth. I like this play.
If you can save scum between Earth and Moon, why not?
Well, and we know that a lot of these other rude bosses have not had any real payoff. So this is really galaxy brain by Alexa. And again, I'm reaching a point, coming to a middle where I like, if you find half on moon, go ahead, skedaddle, see what you find.
Meanwhile, Netara is just working through the gauntlet. That was the 4th fight. She has 2 more to go. And one of her white mages has learned white, so...
Netara fully committing to the moon, start to finish the seed.
Dwarf Castle giving out the magma key.
Well, we tried to seal up the underground, but you found your way down here anyway. You're gonna have garbage.
Go throw it in the well.
So we know it's a lunar boss sitting up here at the top of Lower Babel, by the way. So I completely get why Alexa took that save right there. We've not seen Wyvern yet. We've not seen Plague. We have seen Pale Dim. We've seen Lunar Dragons. We've seen Ogopogo.
So this is 50-50 Wyvern. And 50-50 Wyvern is always a very scary prospect. Nope, it's fine.
Oh, too easy.
Just kill someone and you're fine.
And all that work through the gauntlet, and Netara gets an Avenger, which we do have a cane.
I mean, at this point, I would keep it.
Oh yeah. I mean, you've already spent the time. You have the exit spell. Just take your sword.
Superchicken checking out Sheila 1, and she gives the rat tail.
Huh.
That could be big.
We've had a hook a very long time.
Dyrewulf is now working through the gauntlet themselves.
Alexa here, not risking ATB shenanigans, instead just, knocking off a character, reviving that character to reset the count, taking it slow and safe, but definitely dishing out enough damage here. Shouldn't have a problem wrapping this fight out after probably another spell from Fu, I would guess. Yeah, there's the nuke getting queued up. Yeah, that reward from the gauntlet fight would have been handy for the gauntlet fight.
The gauntlet fight just holding the goods. Netara heading down to Milton Z, which we know is just like a giant undead behemoth clutching Excalibur in its hand. Does anyone want the sword? It burns.
And the count is at 0. So, Alexa, are you going to make it through? Is this Zerker Kane fast enough to just take down Plague all by himself using ATB shenanigans? I think he is. Keep hitting that A button. As long as an animation's playing, Alexa's fine.
She does it. Okay. And that's a.
It's fine. It's fine. And thank you, HGK. I'm sure our tracker will get that magma key lit up soon. Yeah, Superchicken definitely cleared Dwarf Castle and got it earlier.
Netara showing off the power of Yane with Elemental Claws.
Well, Elemental Claws and level, what, 52?
But that's just a very angry Yane. I full cleared the gauntlet and got nothing, and I'll take it out on you.
And yeah, and Dark Sword, Huge Blade, that is one of my favorite things about whenever AlexaLeFay is on commentary or doing a race. We set off all your Amazon devices, and we have a blast doing it. Rattail's not been turned in yet, I don't think. I think Superchicken just ignored it and came over here to do the Twin Harp.
Which means we're getting music. And Netara is about to get her second Excalibur.
Yeah, Rattail was just earned, but I'm surprised that Superchicken didn't turn it in. Okay.
And that's the pass from the Tower Key.
Not bad, not bad. Especially if Alexa chooses not to go back to the moon. She never has to at this point. Just use that pass after you forge your crystal and go right to Zeromus.
I do believe that puts her rather ahead of Dyrewulf and Netara at this point. As long as she never goes back to the moon.
As long as she never goes back to the moon. That's kind of the key part of it right there. But anyway, free enterprise subs, get those free harps out. We are about to get music this seed, courtesy of one Superchicken.
Now, we're going to go quiet here for a moment. Just so you and we can hear the song.
Oh yeah. Oh, baby. That is
That's
some frog
frog.
thing. In the meantime, the Rydia's mom had a spoon for your troubles.
So the only thing of value on that moon was the adamant. And I guess the tower key if you squint.
Actually, yeah, so we're running low on spots here. We know that both, there's of course this Twin Harp location. There's a Rat Tail turn-in. And then there's the King and Queen of the Fey March. Of course, we're still missing a Pan and a Baron key. So not too many spots left to check till at least us in the commentary booth and those of you in the audience will know where everything is. Let's see.
And Dyrewulf and Netara should both get through lower upper Zot here. Just wait, Natara's going up Zot.
Yeah, which we know at this point not gonna have much of a payoff.
I mean, it gives her it gives her a Tella if she wants a Tella.
Superchicken beating these dolls to death slowly but surely. I think their magic defense is actually low enough to where Quake might have been able to clean them up anyway, but there we go. Music's over. You hate to see it. You hate to hear it. Well, you hate to stop hearing it.
And Superchicken picks up the pink tail.
Well, you know, it probably don't care about that, but it may remind Superchicken to go turn in that rat tail as well.
Sam Ruby for Fusoya was at Baron M.
And that, of course, narrows things down yet again. So the rat tail and the Fey March bosses are the only things that we currently have available. And they have to somehow, between the three of them, be blocking Pan and Baron Key on top of that. Oh yeah, boss. D-Mist was at the Wyvern spot. Killing it there, got a lightsaber, and then talking to Rydia Mom, got a spoon.
And now at this point, we're just hoping someone goes down to check those Fey March bosses.
Which again,
we've seen, we've seen them before. They're not particularly bad.
Yeah, they're not bad. But of course, that would be choosing to believe that there's value at Fey March. And since when does that happen?
I mean, not in this day and age, but sometimes you have to believe. And that's the Baron key for Superchicken.
So another rabbit hole to go down. Baron has two potential key item spots, of course. Both the you beat the usurper to the throne, and you get access to the to the garbage pail, and then the Odin spot, which Superchicken I think can probably handle at this rate as well, has another prospect. But they're two right side by side in Fey March at this point too.
Dyrewulf has dumpstered that antlion and is now headed underground.
So Superchicken not chasing that Baron key.
Nope, going to make some omelets actually.
Yeah, looks to be, well, let's see. Oh yeah, Superchicken's well past that 10 key item mark, or pardon me, exactly at that 10 key item mark. So gonna get double XP for all these eggs. Go ahead and power up a bit, and then decide which of these two chains to tackle.
As Dyrewulf is now headed underground.
Hitting underground after 90 minutes into the race, you have to feel a little behind, even though you full cleared Moon. But no one's done yet. So the question is this going to cause people to do some really wacky metagaming, or are they just going to keep playing their own way?
AlexaLeFay about to give us a second dose of music.
Oh yes.
So for all of our frog friends, you're going to get more frog.
I like frog. So at this point, we're really waiting on. So Dyrewulf's giving us going to come up here and be a little disappointed from the plague fight. Netara's cleaning up some things we've already seen. I wonder if she's going to end up finding that foo. Alexa following in Superchicken's footsteps, and Superchicken doing a grind. I want to know new things.
I think Netara is about to show us that sand ruby.
Utter nutter, please. Alexa, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Summon Alexa.
Using those kamikazes to insta-gib her own characters to go ahead and cut the Dark Elf fight short rather than waiting on his spells to come out. And that means here's your second dose of Frog's theme. Enjoy.
Netara picking up a sand ruby, by the way.
I may be pulling up her stream on my other monitor to see her face when she turns it in. Not gonna lie.
I may be doing the same thing.
Well, that is a reminder to go ahead and give all our fine runners a follow today.
Oh, okay. She used to say no. I'm not going to look.
Cannot bear it. Can't look. If it. Okay. All right. Well, if I see her fly that airship towards Kaipo.
Says she's going up ordeals.
Dyrewulf gonna take out this Val in the cannon room and get a pass for his troubles.
And I mean, the cannon room is always a sad spot for one of those rougher bosses.
Hi, Val. Bye, Val.
Val is her tornado.
And one siren left. Is Superchicken gonna start fighting things after this, or go hunt more? Definitely has the levels to deal with pretty much anything at this point, I would think.
Now, I forgot. A lot of people have forgotten what's up here at Ordeals.
Leviathan, and then I believe it was Water Hack and the Crystal.
Right, it might have been. Oh, wait, Ninja Shirt was from Zot. Zot not having any value this day. Dyrewulf about to pick up their pass as AlexaLeFay is just walking out that pink tail. Tara about to walk into the shrine on top of Ordeals. Let's see her reaction. That was worth it. Superchicken heading down to the Fey March bosses. And AlexaLeFay also down to the Fey March bosses. Superchicken is taking on those D-learners as AlexaLeFay is not that far behind them. Dyrewulf also headed down. No Golbez or Wyvern sightings. They've been mysteriously absent, so they could both be in Baron.
Ooh, I'd love to see a surprise Wyvern on the Baron throne.
You just want to watch people get nuked in the face like you do.
I mean, I as someone who has been nuked in the face a few dozen times in my day, yes, I do. Misery loves company.
Netara, I had Netara's stream up while she was seeing was at the top of Ordeals, and she just instantly deflated as soon as she got that package.
Aww. I mean, she's killed it with the moon. It's just that now with these earth checks and all these above ground spots didn't actually have any value. So having to take this hook path now. And also, no one's done. So, you know, you get to the 100th minute here and you start to really think, oh, okay. Am I missing something? Is everyone missing something? So it's going to be interesting to see. We are getting new information from both Alexa and Superchicken right now.
Both doing a different boss each. Alexa is through the Punch Man.
And he gives...
Ooh.
Thematically appropriate?
Now here's a question. Do you leave that behind? Do you leave the other boss behind and just go turn that in? I think you do.
Yeah, I mean, it's 2 free items without having to do a boss. So, looks like Alexa... Well... Oh, is she going to leave a save here and then come back, perhaps?
Yeah, I think that would be safe. That's a good idea, actually.
But yeah, getting that... You beat up the monk, you take the pan, you then go, you find them elsewhere, you're like, oh, hey, here, you drop this.
And she does have the Yane for Yane on Yane violence. Yane on Yane on Yane violence. Nope, she's going to go down and take out the D-learners.
Huh. I mean, her team shouldn't have much difficulty here. And Superchicken in a pickle.
Yeah, Superchicken might be a little dead.
Yeah, the D-learners are tricky. You have to, knowing their script can make a huge difference. I think one thing that happened to Superchicken here is once you get it down to just 1, not only do they do their normal script, but also they counter pretty much everything with another percentage-based flame attack. So if you don't punch them to go ahead and lock them up at that point, you're just going to be eating flame after flame after flame.
And the other thing is you sometimes you need to just do reflex strats on them.
Yeah. And so close too. That's the roughest part.
Unfortunately, Dyrewulf only gets one of them with the reflect. AlexaLeFay has already taken down one of them.
Yeah. Dyrewulf managed to get the reflect did not hit quite the way Dyrewulf would have liked to see it. You can still salvage this though. The trick is, at this point, If you only get one of the Lunar Dragons froggied, hit the frog. If you hit the frog, you'll have a good time. If you hit the dragon, the one that's still in the Dracolich form, not as good of a time. But yeah, don't panic if you only get one froggy out of the deal. You can still go ahead and get their script locked up.
Because I believe in that case, the one that's not froggied will just be casting virus on the froggied one.
Exactly. The one you hit is the one that throws the wall on both of them. And that froggy ain't casting wall.
And I think Dyrewulf is through.
Like, should be good to go at this point. Now, will Superchicken give the Lunar Dragons another swing, or will they go ahead and pursue this pin?
And he just a power shirt.
Power shirt. It's so bad.
I mean, he doesn't even have a yang, so.
I mean, it's plus 15 strength to any one of your bruisers. It's a great piece of equipment, but it at this point in the game, I think yours are almost ready. You just need your crystal.
I mean, it's more damage. More damage is always appreciated.
Yeah. So now we know, and we've narrowed it down, and then there were two, the Baron Key or the Pan.
And one of them is a rabbit hole, and the other one is, half a rabbit hole.
Yeah, there are no other key items. Well, I mean, we've seen everything now. The only thing we've not seen is the Baron Key. I mean, Legend Sword. And, of course, the crystal. So, no more chains to be found. It's one of those two doors.
And we have Netara going up Babel, going to get themselves a pass and a protector ring.
Hey, not a bad couple of gets. It'll at least save you having to walk the moon a second time.
Yep.
So at this point, Dyrewulf and AlexaLeFay, although they split off early, those foos have come home to roost for the two of them, really. It helped them a lot with the fights they did on the moon. And helping their team, and now at the end, having just that nuke spell alone, very handy. So Dyrewulf and Alexa both in great shape. It's going to kind of come down to which one of them chooses the correct path first, I think.
And I think Dyrewulf still has more checks to do than Alexa does.
Absolutely. Dyrewulf has not done Dwarf Castle yet. And has not done that sealed cave check yet. So both of those still on the table for Dyrewulf.
But I bet Alexa just exits out here and goes straight over to,
Yeah, Dyrewulf getting the text box glitch. Gonna have to double check what this item is.
And I mean, sometimes you do miss what you get.
So Alexa at this point seems to have a pretty clear path. Do the pan, do the Baron Key, and one of these should close it out for her.
I don't think she has the Baron Key yet.
Oh, my bad.
Because Baron Key comes from Rat Tail.
Yeah. She will get it for sure. Yeah, okay. So then her path is absolutely clear. Talking to Sheila will get it for her, and then that should lead her right on her merry way.
And the Sheila doesn't have it. She's just like going straight over to Baron.
But maybe, do the fairies have it?
And
I feel like the fairies have the sword a surprising, or half of go mode, a surprisingly large amount of the time.
no, they're just trolling you today. Hey, have you seen Ready at all? You got this really cool summon for her.
All right, so is Sheila gonna have the value? We know she gives the rat tail that becomes the Baron key, but we don't know what this pan check item is.
And at this point, if she does not have the Legisword, we know it's in Baron.
Yeah.
And we don't. And Dyrewulf would not know that yet.
But Dyrewulf may choose to chase this chain anyway. So Sheila 1, here comes the rat tail.
AlexaLeFay dealing for the inventory boss.
I mean, you might as well just throw that Leviathan and that Excalibur away. You know you're not swapping your characters at this point, right?
Oh!
Just a Murasame. So it's in Baron. It's coming full circle. Legend Sword, where we took off from at the start of the game, either in the pot or on the secret Odin throne. Ooh.
And now here's the question: does Dyrewulf get set off the track by other things?
I mean, we'll see. He has picked up the hovercraft, just like Alexa. Both going to be turning in this rat tail and getting the Baron key. I can't see Alexa going back to the moon at this point. I think that leaving when she did was like, that's your commitment. You're not going to go back. But Dyrewulf still has other options in play. Alexa's going to turn in the pink tail just for the loot. Oh yeah, it was another Leviathan. There's so many sea serpents this seed. You get a Leviathan, and you get a Leviathan.
Looks like Dyrewulf is headed to Baron.
All right, making the right play here. I like it. I'll tell you why. Dyrewulf did full clear moon first. So I think you have to go with some of the lengthier chains. Like, if no one's done yet, you think, I probably should chase something behind a Feymarch boss. And a pan, and I mean, the rat tail was available, but the pan, the rat tail, I like the choice to do Baron here. And that means that it's going to be pretty much down to the wire between Dyrewulf and AlexaLeFay. This is going to be a really great wrap up to this race, y'all. Get excited.
Now we could, I do hope we see a Cecil here just for the insult.
I mean, a Cecil, an Edge, or a Iridia all would be a little bit rude at this point.
Would you take a second food here?
Yeah. I think our racers still have Porums in their party, don't they? Or no, is that just Netara? Okay.
I think they do, but she might already be like at those levels where she's fine.
Yeah. All right. Oh, we know who this is. We know who this Lunar Sparkle is.
Hi, Wyvern.
Process of elimination. Gets the Star Veil up on Kane. Easy peasy.
It's a Star Veil up on Porum. It's fine. It's fine. No one's dead. Porum will be the hero today.
Yep. So Alexa here, the dragon's gonna kill itself with the Mega Nuke. Dyrewulf had to take an extra swing here. Also, Alexa's gonna have one fewer character to have to heal back up. So should be very neck and neck going into this throne room fight. Although Dyrewulf making the Odin play.
This could give Alexa a big lead if it's in the trash can.
Oh yeah, because the thing is that even if it is at Odin, it's a pretty decent hike, because you can't exit out, you can't warp out. You either have to come up here and do the throne fight, or walk all the way back out.
And we have Odin, we have Mylan and friends, and Rubicon, and elements in the basement.
Ooh, Element's going to be super easy at this spot. Super easy.
Would you care to explain why?
Well, you only have to deal half the HP, and we know Fire 3. So it looks like Dyrewulf set up a Star Veil, not even doing the Fire 3, set up a Star Veil because if you reflect spells, you don't trigger reaction scripts, like changing forms or moving on to the next phase of a boss form. So, already done about 10,000 damage, and you'll note we've not transformed into the Rubicante form yet. And that will be just about that. This Cure 4 from Fu should be enough to seal the deal here. Yeah, Gulbez taking the day off.
And our character at Baron, that's the Legend Sword. It was at Odin's spot.
So Dyrewulf at 1 hour and 54 minutes, almost in go mode. Technically, you have to forge your crystal. If you go to turn in your pass and you go to your Zeroma's fight, you will be very quickly reminded that you are not in go mode. But that's all the ducks in a row. And I have to think Alexa's going to come right down here and kill Elements very quickly as well. So this is still neck and neck. Oh, Dyrewulf, I got news for you. Can't go out that way. Okay, choosing to take the throne room fight.
What is in the trash can today though? It's a crystal.
They got holy swords coming out the wazoo.
And no one to wield them.
Someone, just for funsies, go to the Giant of Babel. Show me a Cecil on the Giant. And that's one of the fun things, by the way, about doing CNX, by the way, with the characters not guaranteed. The game will tease you with this fantastic gear, and then you never find the character you want. C5, when that flag's active, you can kind of tell who your final party is going to be pretty quickly. You know your 5 characters, and you can sell all this extra stuff. Here, though, it's just like, oh, do I keep it? Do I keep it? And then you get to the end of the game, and you have 2 Excals, a Crystal Sword, all just kicking around.
Maybe a Dragoon and White Spear in your inventory, yeah. AlexaLeFay about to give the Elements a bad day.
Yep. Although, is she doing Reflect or did she do a direct cast?
She's doing Reflect.
Okay, just checking. Because we did discover that this first form does have over quad 9 HP. You gotta do just a teensy bit more. Honestly, I think a punch from Fango would clear this up. Or a nuke will do it too.
I mean, when in doubt, cast nuke. Dyrewulf picking up their Crystal Sword and going to go forge their, the Crystal.
Yep. AlexaLeFay dropping a few frames at a really cool moment. I like that nuke being there, frozen on the boss. Looked very cool. And by the way, level 46, Porum still doesn't know Cure 4. You hate to see it.
I don't think does Porum not Porum learns Cure really late, doesn't she?
Cure 4 at level 48, I believe.
It doesn't get nuke until 52. And not nuke quite, but
yeah.
Same difference.
Oh yeah. And then I think her life 2 might be 55? I forget when life 2 is.
I mean, it's after when she learns Holy.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want to be casting life 2 anyway in the vast majority of circumstances, but
only when you really, really need to get someone up at full health, like, say, Zeromus.
And Dyrewulf is off to Troya. So this afternoon, we have a very important question that we like to ask every time we're running one of these non-giant percent seeds. What's that question, Paranoia?
Whose butt are we going to kick today?
Oh, yeah. It's booty kicking time. Let's go.
No, I am as always hoping for Poochie.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I think Dyrewulf got a little excited and a little ahead of himself.
Equipment is kind of necessary.
No, I don't mean that. I mean, I think there's something lacking in his inventory.
Did he forget to pick up the crystal?
Oh, no, there it is. Okay, never mind. Never mind. I was so worried for a moment. That would have been pretty funny.
Have you done that before?
Oh my goodness. I did it before V1 was even a thing. I would get the Darkness Crystal or the Pass. I would go to the Zeromus fight, and then all of a sudden realize that I'd never found the crystal. And at that point, I'm like, no. Especially if I had 10 key items so I could go ahead and do my grind. And I just go to the Zeromus fight, and I'm going up and down my inventory. I'm like, oh. I mean, no, I've never done that before.
Totally not. Especially not in a race setting.
Superchicken has the Legend Sword now as well, but Superchicken hasn't cleared the moon yet. So going to be interesting to see if Superchicken chooses the right path on the moon to get that adamant.
Netara seems to be in a bit of a spot of trouble with the D-Lunars here.
Also, thank you for the sub, Jofus Manho.
And
Hope
it looks like, and I'm going to say that it looks like Alexa is going to be doing a couple of eggs.
I don't blame her. That Porum still doesn't know Cure 4.
And her health is a little low.
Okay, there's Cure 4. And Rosa's still in Big Bang danger territory.
Okay, feeding the child some apples.
Nom nom nom. Alright, and Dyrewulf, finally, here we go. Here is that Zeromus fight. Who are you hoping to see here?
Like I said, I'm always hoping for Poochie, or maybe Hypnotoad.
Hypnotoad is a great one. You know, I've not seen Scala herself, the Dream Devourer, in quite a while. So I'd like to see that bonus Chrono Trigger DS Super Boss.
Any moment now we're going to see it, and who is it? Whose butt are we kicking today?
Those true colors are shining through. Oh, is this a Celestial Bahamut from, I forget which game. Scala, who's Celestial Bahamut from again? I see you in chat. I'm guessing the sprite is from probably Record Keeper. Oh, Final Fantasy Type 0. Gotcha. Oh, Celestial Shinryu, not Celestial Bahamut. Pardon me?
It's still a big old dragon.
Yep. And so Dyrewulf here in great position to clinch this. Alexa doing a grind, otherwise in go mode, and Netara here is looking pretty good. She's going to be getting this rat tail, and if she turns that in and gets that Baron key and follows this chain, she'll be right behind them.
In fact, well, actually, I believe AlexaLeFay will be out of their grind before too much longer. If they were way lower leveled than they were at the moment, I would have given the nod to Netara above Alexa here. Just because Netara already has the levels she needs.
Oh yeah, full clearing the moon like Netara did was, again, so impressive this seed. The only one of the racers not to pick up Fu, she dived the moon very early, and she made it work. Cleared all those rude bosses without having a source of black magic. Just fantastic play on her part.
Yeah. Having Cecil act as, not Cecil. We never saw Cecil this seed. Cecil didn't exist.
Hey, there's still a character in the Giant.
You know that character does not exist.
So I like that Dyrewulf didn't just let Eddie die. He went ahead and hit him. Base level Edward, 60 HP, but cannot be hurt until he peeks his head out. So, although there's pretty much no way this fight goes pear-shaped for Dyrewulf, if it does, Eddie can come to the rescue.
Edward can save the day.
Ooh, and Netara taking the right path. Hopefully Dyrewulf's not done, doesn't throw her off her game, and she just commits to this Baron play, and she'll be coming along very quickly.
Dyrewulf throwing a direct virus onto Zerimus. Now, I have seen it noted before, if you have everyone basically RA1, throwing a Silk Web at Zerimus does not do anything for you.
According to Simbu's research with the Lewis script, which actually pops up ATB ticks, that is correct. Your Zerkers will get the same number of hits, whether Zerimus is at RA1 or has been Silkwebbed down to RA2. Silkweb really starts coming in handy if you have an anchor at 28 agility, and if you're doing some spell casting, then Silkwebbing definitely gives you extra turn utility.
Because it gives you a little bit more ticks for those casts to come out, which is really important when you're throwing out white spells.
Oh, yeah. Superchicken here, taking the moon top down, which means it'll definitely be a hot minute before he gets that adamant. And the question is he going to commit to this gauntlet, or are we going to see a quick reset here?
Gauntlet. Our friend. Not our friend. We don't want to see Gauntlet ever.
Oh, but going for it. Maybe thinking we're 2 hours in, no one's done. Did people skip the Gauntlet because of it being such a time sink? I mean, we know that's not the case. We know it's just the moon. The bottom floor of the moon especially is brutal.
It's rough. Alexa's about to show off the true colors of Bahamut. And Bahamut, I mean, Shinryu.
Yeah. Hey, Simbu, thank you for the raid. And thank you for this beautiful, beautiful seed you gifted us for this race. It has been a delight.
Okay. The mop has gone down on Dyrewulf's side.
Uh-oh.
That could be trouble.
Well, it has the Cure 4 queued up. As long as we didn't have like a back-to-back Big Bang into Medio, I think we're going to be fine here. Oh yeah, there we go.
And I mean, we've had that. I have had the back-to-back Big Bang into Medio wipe before.
Yeah.
It's never a fun feeling.
So here comes a black hole. Dyrewulf's giving AlexaLeFay a chance to catch up here. This is still either of these Razors game.
And the thing is, I think Alexa is dedicating herself to reflex strats.
Well, you say that.
And then she throws out the Bacchus. Never mind, don't listen to me.
Right, Netara about to get her crystal sword, and I'm hoping to see her run right back in here, down to that Odin spot.
I do have a question for you, if
Yeah.
you can answer it. Now, about the Medio phase, does Zerimus basically automatically queue up that Medio as soon as he enters a HP threshold?
I am honestly not sure. I'd have to go look at the script. I think that sometimes what happens is people will already have a Big Bang queued up, and then that's why it seems like Medio comes immediately after. Like, I think it's sometimes it's that the Big Bang is queued up more so than the Medio is instantly done. But I'm sure someone in the chat can probably clarify that. But meanwhile, we have a first place finisher.
Dyrewulf has finished off Zerimus.
Official time, 2 hours, 7 minutes, 53 seconds. Get your GGs out in chat for Dyrewulf, taking first place in this round 1 of the Hummingway Open. So that means Dyrewulf's going to be paired with other first place winners next week. That's going to be a very exciting race to watch.
does not look like AlexaLeFay is too far behind him, though.
We'll see if we can't get Dyrewulf in for an interview.
As Netara is just giving the elements, what they deserve. Death.
And Superchicken still grinding out this gauntlet. But Netara has entered go mode.
And I don't even think she needs levels. She can just go forge that crystal and go straight on over.
Oh yeah, her team is prepared. Lex is still working through this Celestial Shinryu.
And I believe we're joined by Dyrewulf.
Hello.
GG's, Dyrewulf.
Thank you. I honestly feel like I didn't really deserve that win. I got way overconfident up on the moon. Got my ass handed to me a few times. Pardon my language.
Yeah, try to keep it fully family friendly if you don't mind. Well, you had one big advantage, and that was you were the first of the racers to clear out that Baron Inn and get not only the Sid but the Fuso Ya. How did that change your choice whether to go Hook versus Moon, or were you going to go Moon all the way anyway?
If I had gotten Tella or Fu, I was going Moon. If it had just been Tella, I would have done D-Machine grind. That was my plan at that point. Do D-Machine, get Moon first. But when I saw Fu, it's like, we're gonna wing it.
And meanwhile, Simbu rolled 3 of the rudest bosses possible for that lower lunar subterranean. What were your thoughts like when you saw each one in turn? How did you decide which one to ultimately just bite the bullet and go for?
Well, the first two were both pretty much the same kind of thing. Survive and cast enough quakes, so it didn't really matter on those. I tried them both, and it's like, nope, I just need to grind more. We're not tough enough yet.
Gotcha. Oh, and there are rocks falling on AlexaLeFay's screen. Just give us 1 second here, Dyrewulf. There's the flash. AlexaLeFay has come in second place with a time of 2 hours, 11 minutes, and 6 seconds. Get your GGs out for Alexa. And Dyrewulf, again, great job on your first place finish. We don't know who you'll be paired with yet, but it should be a bunch of other first place finishers. Anyone you've been keeping track of in the HOPEN? Anyone you're hoping to run into next week?
Not specifically. I've caught what races I could, but I'll just let it be a surprise.
Gotcha. Well, we'll look forward to seeing those draws, and a great start to your HOPEN run.
Thank you.
Any final thoughts?
No. I gotta go calm down, take care of the nerves.
Well, you earned a great victory. Go take care of yourself and enjoy the rest of your Saturday.
All right, thank you. Thanks for the restream, guys.
And thank you for joining us.
And we'll see if we can get AlexaLeFay in here in just a second as well.
And there she is.
Hey, GG on second place, Alexa.
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, what a weird seed.
You actually dodged a lot of the worst of it. There were some really gnarly bosses down in the bottom of the moon. What made you decide to leave and come back to Earth after finding that adamant?
I figured that I had like a piece of the puzzle already, and I found Tower Key also. So like I figured that I had like a bunch of checks that maybe not everybody else was doing, left on Earth, and I also felt kind of nervous about having not checked like Sheila 1, so I wanted to head down there.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but Netara just flashed. She's been rooting for an Ultramus, and she just flashed Ultros over her Zeroma sprite right quick.
That's hilarious. Yeah, it was an interesting seed. I felt like weird about some parts of my play and like good about some of my decisions. What time did everybody else get into the underground?
Well, okay. That's a little tricky here. Dyrewulf and Netara both full cleared moon before going underground, so they didn't make it there
Okay.
for quite a while after you. Superchicken, I think, peaked moon, but followed you pretty quickly down there. Didn't do anything on the moon until having pretty much full cleared Earth.
All right. Interesting. And sorry, go on.
Oh, did seeing Antlion impact your decision to go ahead and try to go underground versus going moon, or was it your party? What made you initially decide to pursue the hook rather than the darkness crystal?
I felt like Antlion was a big factor. Like I knew I wanted to check that character as early as possible, given the chance for like a Fusoya or an Edge really changing things. And Antlion, like, yeah, the punches are going to be hard, but like I had, Yang, I had Rosa, I believe I had Kane at that point, and like all of those characters have things that they can do to dodge Antlion's counters. So I felt like reasonably confident about my ability to get past Antlion.
Well, GG's. I know that you've taken some time off from Free Enterprise. How do you feel coming in second in your first Open match?
I feel pretty good. Honestly, I didn't expect to do as well as I did. This is like the first time I've raced Free Enterprise in over a year, so I'm feeling pretty good about my prospects, and like I'm ready to actually take this seriously and put some time into it.
Awesome.
All right, thank you very much.
Oh, I was going to see, Paranoia, you have any other questions for Alexa today?
Nope. I think just thank you for joining us for this post-game interview.
Also, thank you for like commentating, and like thank you to our tracker, Baka Shinobi, and to Tarasu for restreaming. I understand that like other like Highway to the Zoom Zone and stuff have priority, and I just really appreciate you guys taking the time out of your Saturday to do this. Have a good one.
You too. All right. And Superchicken, Trouble Doer, maybe Superchicken did. Maybe Superchicken saw that adamant and just instantly exited. My eyes were focused over here on Netara Zeroma's fight, which appears to be going quite swimmingly. Having that 2400 HP on Rosa means you're not really scared of any big bangs at this point. Just do your damage, finish off this Shinryu. And shouldn't be too long now.
You just throw out a Cure 4 after every big bane and you're fine.
Oh, yeah. Still in virus phase, though. It seems that... Oh.
She has been zerking.
Yeah. I'm guessing if you don't... Did we see Bacchus wine the seed? I know it had to be out there somewhere.
I'm not sure if we did.
It could be, after you full clear the moon and you're rushing back through Earth, it can be very easy to overlook an item shop. I do note that Netara did not get the magma key, which means that Dwarf Castle likely went unchecked. And maybe the dwarves were hoarding the wine this seed. Looks like found a good time in the Zeroma script to try to get a couple of Zerk casts off. I like this. It's going to do a lot for her DPS, because Superchicken's coming.
Superchicken is going to have to go through the Walk of Shame, but...
Stormy Galaxies, Magma Key was... Alexa, please. Okay. Magma Key was in Dwarf Castle. I gotta compose myself.
Chicken, chicken, chicken. Arise, chicken. Arise from your grave. Porum, unsurprisingly, does not survive that big bang.
Yeah. Oh. Anyway.
Rise from your nugget box.
So Netara here, should be still in good shape. Does remember she has that Avenger, so there's one source of Zerk at least. Has at least an Ether 2 and a couple Ether 1s, so should be all set on Rosa's MP situation to boot. Looks like she's going for the refill skip, perhaps? Here comes a black hole, so any Zerkers will be done for a moment.
I imagine she was actually probably doing math on that this entire time then. Although Sid could have just ruined it all right there.
Well, the wall was taken down by the black hole, so a great time to throw this Cure 4.
I mean, we could have a Devil May Care Quint Zerker strat going.
There's the Ether 1, putting a little extra juice in Rosa's MP tank. She still has enough for 4 Cure 4s at this rate.
Zermus is shaking again.
There goes the Avenger. All right. Swapping over to pure DPS strats. I like this. I like this a lot. No time for math. Let's just get the damage piled on.
I'll be honest, I am not one for doing math during this. Just put on just power overwhelming, and that will work. Throw everything you have at Zermus, and they'll be fine.
Of course, Kayn is zerked with a poison axe, so not the dream weapon, but should have a decent little accuracy boost just from levels at this rate. And more importantly, though, the Zerk is going to be constantly reapplied by that Avenger as these black holes come out.
Sid doing work for that Dwarf Axe, though.
You know, it's a surprisingly good weapon. It helps you anchor your agility a little bit, and the damage ain't shabby once you actually get the levels on one of your beefers.
Coming out on Rosa, and probably not the target you wanted on.
No, but again, still pretty good to go on the HP situation. I mean, pardon me, the MP situation, and plenty of HP on everyone else. And I'm pretty sure there's still that Ether 2 down in the depths of Netara's inventory. The Superchicken entering the fight now. Superchicken has a chance to catch up here. Netara deciding between healing and damage.
And going with damage. Power overwhelming.
True colors emerging on Superchicken's side.
And is about to get a big old dragon.
Is Celestial Shinryu supposed to look kind of cute? Because it looks kind of cute. It looks like a big old baby. I don't know what about it makes it look like a baby. I think it's the little paws in the front. I don't know.
You know, speaking of final bosses that are big old babies, you just got me thinking of Parasite Eve. Thank you.
Oh. Ooh, that's a Eve herself is in the Zeromus pool, but the neo-mitochondrian perfect creature, whatever, I don't think is. That would be cute. That would be a cute addition.
The ultimate bane, yeah.
Yeah, a cute nightmarish addition.
Just get it like during the CG where it's just like unleashing its hell scream.
Oh, I'm so glad Netara saw that ether too. That's going to be really big. And we have rocks falling. I think it's all in the bag. We do need to see some Meteo dodges, I think.
I think we just gave Scala ideas, by the way.
Of course. And there is the flash. And with that, Netara has come in third place with a time of 2 hours, 23 minutes, 38 seconds. Get your GGs out for Netara. We'll see if we can get her in for an interview in just a second. And yes, I will be asking the $64,000 question.
About Foo.
Shh. And we are joined by Netara. GG.
Are we joined by Netara? I'm not so sure. Thank you.
So first and foremost, I just want to say you did something no other of our racers did, and it was honestly really impressive to behold. And that was you didn't find the Fusoya.
Oh, that's sad. And wow, where was he hiding?
Yeah.
Behind that sand ruby you picked up.
That's great. Well, by the time I found the sand ruby, well, actually, no, I would have taken him because that Sid was terrible. I had no gear for Sid. Actually, poor him, I probably would have ditched her. That would have been pretty. That would have helped that battle a lot, I gotta say. But we still made it through.
But that's what made it so impressive, your run, by the way, because with how rude those lunar subterranean bosses were, and you were basically going in, a character down compared to your opponents who had that foo. So just the way you grinded up that party and knocked out boss after boss after boss without having foo on your team was heckin' impressive. It was really great to see.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun. I was like, I don't know if I'm making the right play by going moon first, but we're going moon first. And then I was like hook seed. So I was kind of glad with all the searching I had to do on the overworld and the underworld that I was just so over leveled for all of that stuff. It helped make the search a little faster. But yeah, I was just struggling for mage gear for a lot of it as well. So that's why sometimes late games I'd just open a random chest because I was like, this is close by, let's YOLO and hope I get some good gear for someone. And I did not.
Gotcha. And then as far as your Zeromus fight, how, again, not having the foo, how do you think you had to plan to deal with that Zeromus fight compared to what we've seen your opponents? I know you can't see what they're doing, but how did you have to adjust having that, just Rosa and Porum going for you?
Honestly, what threw me off a lot on that fight is I thought my agility anchor for Sid was better than it was. I didn't update it to check where it was, and so Zeromus was really fast. So a lot of the strats I went into the battle planning to do, I had to throw because I was like, no, I just need to stay alive. So and I had like no items as well. So I was just like, let's do it when Rosa ran out of MP right at the end because I had been kind of watching it, but I got a little caught up. So when she ran out at the end, I was like, oh God, is this the end? And then I got a Meteo. I was like, I've never been so happy to see rocks in my life. Also, where was that Zeromus sprite from?
That is Celestial Shinryu from Final Fantasy Type 0. And it's the record keeper variety of the sprite, apparently.
That's the spirit.
I mean, what do you mean? Your Zeromus sprite was Ultros. We saw it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I tried to line it up right before we started, and then when I actually turned it on, I was like, no, it's in the wrong spot. Anyways, I decided not to leave it up because I was like, I gotta focus, and I won't. But I thought that would be a little gag. Since every time I'm like, come on, it's gonna be Ultros this time. I was like, look, it's Ultros. How surprising.
Paranoia, you got any more questions?
Oh, I think I'm good. Thank you for joining us, though.
Of course. Thanks for having me. It was a run, so I look forward to my next round. I didn't get any time to practice this at all. Like the one practice seed I tried yesterday was the meanest seed I've played in my life, and I forfeited. So
who rolled that seed?
Yeah, that was Scala who rolled that seed. And so when she came into the race channel here for this one, I was like, no, get out. Get out, no. She just frowned and she was very sad. But yeah, I was like, please don't. And she's like, don't worry, I'm just an observer.
And we had Simbu roll the seed instead. How do you feel about Simbu at the moment?
I'm okay with Simbu. That wasn't a bad seed. Like, that could have been so much worse. A lot of it was just routing. So, and I made it through pretty good for the party I had and the gear I had. So I wasn't upset with that seed. That seed was fine.
Well, GG's again. Look forward to seeing who your matchup's going to be in week 2. And again, showing us that even without that foo, tackling the moon, why wouldn't you tackle the moon?
Yeah, and
That's
of course
great.
you're going to bring Porum. Doing Porum lovers proud. I mean, anyways, thanks everyone, and thanks for the commentary and tracking and restream, everyone.
Hey, thank you. Have a good rest of the weekend, Netara.
Yeah, will do. You too. Bye.
Bye.
Superchicken is giving us a very exciting Zeramis fight.
Yeah, this has gotten a little scary at some points. I don't remember if Superchicken had that cursed ring earlier. If so, I'm kind of hoping that's on the Porum, because a Porum with 2100 HP I feel is probably in like the rougher part of the agility spectrum for this fight.
There's
But
Zeramis
recovering
shaking.
nicely. Ooh, Fu out of MP. I see an Ether 2 in the inventory. No elixirs though. Carefully choosing this next action. Yeah, that big bang came out so fast after the shake. I have to think that this Porum is probably poorly anchored.
Oh, and that takes out Fu and leaves. I think this might be the end.
Well, we are at the black hole part of the sequence, which is good. But again, lifing up Fu is a little tricky here because Fu doesn't have those MP to get anyone else online. Yeah, chat. Did anyone see what level this Porum is? Because there's the reset.
I mean, a Fu with like 21. I mean, a Porum with like 2100 HP is a healthy Porum.
Yeah, turning the battle speed down to 6. But again, sometimes it's not the issue with your. Sometimes it's not about you getting your inputs in. Sometimes it's just how the battle is set up.
And I don't think, and I think only Alexa popped open the Staleman chest and took it out.
Yeah, I'm going to the stat sheet. Chat has confirmed level 57 Porum. So level 57 looks to be, oh yeah, that's 25 agility. So if there's not either a curse ring or a ninja hat on her, this is going to be, Zeramis is basically going to be about twice as fast as you'd like to see. Wait, 57 is 28 even? Oh, I'm mixing up Porum and Palom. I keep forgetting that the level up sheet has them reversed. Never mind. Fun fact, if you use the level up chart on the Thundaga website, Palom and Porum are swapped. Yeah, they turned it on all the way to battle speed 6. Eee.
Sometimes you just need that battle speed down to get more time to get your actions in. Should still have that hand axe on, is my question.
Yeah, so she has the very good agility for this, especially if you get a silk web off. I'm impressed though that Palom at level 57 is still only 25 agility. Our boy, he's slow.
I mean, I may have taken a Palom with me yesterday just as an anchor. Which, it feels weird just looking at Palom dead for the entire Zeramis fight. Normally you expect him to be up and like throwing out nukes. No. He's taking a nap.
Yeah, so battle speed 6 here, playing it super safe. That Rosa has 2800 HP, so she's good for even the high roll big bangs. The ones that come out at a full 2700 max damage, even one of those can't knock her down.
And so she should, as long as everyone is like moving and they're like good and doing damage, he should be fine.
Oh yeah. Getting that Bacchus wine going. Although, wait. We've not
He's already
transferred
shaking.
yet. Yeah. That doesn't. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. I glazed over for a moment. I do apologize. But yeah, that
But-
shake will undo the berserk.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Zeramus turn into a, his shaking blue ball form again?
I've seen one of my favorite ones that I've not seen in like a year. Was the there's the Zeromus HD that basically takes the high definition version of the blue spaghetti monster, but from the PSP version, and it is scary. Like when you see it the first time, you're like, I'm gonna have a nightmare now. Thank you. It's a good sprite. I'd love to see it come up during one of these races.
Zeramus turns into HD spaghetti monster.
Yeah. So I'm guessing Superchicken didn't have a Silk Web, so opting to do the double slow cast, or at least one dose of it. The nuke hitting a very nice target, bouncing off that Star Veil. No damage coming from that counter. Other Bacchus wine going.
I don't know if SNES Spaghetti Monster is in the pool, and the way of how it's structured is no one quite knows what all is in the pool besides probably Scala.
It's a secret to everyone.
And what's in the pool, Scala is not telling.
I like the idea of Scala just going to a monster convention. He's like, everybody in the pool! And they all just jump in. So, how about those Browns?
How about the? Have you seen Zeramus shake? It's very interesting.
Superchicken making sure we get our money's worth with the Celestial Shinryu. Look at the sprite. Keep looking at it.
Wonder, I mean, he has the Avenger on Kane, I think, now. Is he going to berserk his... He's not berserking his Rosa. I would have loved to see a berserked Rosa.
Doing the direct spell damage here, trying to nerf these big bangs just to make sure.
Or him eating the counter nuke to the face.
Hey, that's fine. She's still alive, and I think even a single target Cure 3 will top her off. Although, not getting a turn up to do it, and the Big Bang, even nerfed, can do up to 1200. It was properly nerfed, but still too much for Porum to handle.
Porum is very delicate, and, you know, 2 hits like that back to back will kill her.
She's just a child, you monster.
I mean, you have chaos dunked Porum out of your party before. I know you have.
Anyway, the life in the Cure 3, and she's pretty much topped off now. We don't have any reflex up at this point because of the because of that black hole.
And is everyone berserked again?
Again, I'm not sure if Kane has an Avenger or not. Doesn't look like it. So it looks like no one is doing anything active for the team right now.
We're just staring at Zeramus for now. Oh, you do not want to direct cast light on Zeramus.
Another thing too is Simbu could probably clear this here. Clear this up here. I think that slow may have gone out too soon to actually nerf. Because you mentioned that the setting of the spell power happens with an invisible action, right? And I think that was queued up way too fast, especially at this battle speed. I guess we'll know when the Big Bang comes out. Yeah. If none of these do higher than 1200, success. But it came out a little too soon. A nice low roll on Porum though, so at least there's that.
But Rydia nearly gained hit with a full blast there.
Oh yeah. And we'll really want to look out when we get up to the 9-hit potential ones that can do up to 2700 damage. That can one-shot both Fu and Porum.
Because well, Fu, like once you get all of his spells and everything is packing with like 1900 HP, it's
Oh, gotcha. That was one of the 9-hit ones, so. See, this is why when I fight Zeromus, I like to never see more than one Big Bang. That way I don't have to keep count of how many hits are coming. Oh, I didn't see the exact roll on her. Okay, she took over 2400. Yeah, that'll do.
So let's see. What's the order of hits for Big Bang?
You'd have to check Simbu's script with it, or I'm sure he could fill you in.
Simbu, can you tell us the order of hits for Big Bang?
I mean, look, if you nerf the first one and have power overwhelming, your Big Bang hits are 4, and that's all you get. You get a 4-hit Big Bang, fight's over. That's the dream.
I mean, you like coming into this fight with power overwhelming, so you don't have to worry about it. But sometimes that's not an option, and you have a drag-out fight with Zeramus.
Yep. I'm kind of surprised that Superchicken is leaning on Rosa for trying to do DPS here. We don't really have good arrows for her, and at her level and her HP, her white magic has to be through the roof. She has to have a ton of MP. I would not be firing a single arrow with her at this fight.
Like, I feel like her, if you just get, like, reflex up and start reflecting wholly with her, it'll be like doing almost quad 9s almost every time.
Oh yeah, because again, that 2800 HP. I mean, I don't know if there's a spare stat stick for her kicking around the inventory, but she, yeah, I feel that my poor baby is not getting her full value. Oh well. All right, so at this point, I think that's our third slow, so we definitely have Zeromus as slow as we're going to get him. And Rosa does have above 2700 HP for this next Big Bang, so even if it's unnerfed, she will survive.
And I mean, that Cure 4 coming out should keep everyone alive. Hopefully. Unless it's a really fun Big Bang. Why? Okay.
Weird flex, but okay. Rosa has so many MP. Superchicken, I'll fix that.
Now Rosa has no MP.
Wow, some really great dodges there by the mages. Seeing Rosa there took about 2,200, and Fu only took 1,200. Really nice magic dodge rolls there for
And I
Super
mean,
Chicken.
Porum did not die, so she's fine on dodging too.
Yeah, yeah. So still going. Got full MP back on Fu. I'm not sure if that completely bottomed out Rosa's MP or she has a few left. Yeah, Battle Speed 6 is extremely slow, and Rosa's magic is really good. You know she's a white mage? She's a white mage.
Yeah,
She's the best white mage in the game, I think.
And she does a lot of damage if you have her casting Holy.
Yeah. I mean, I'll take 1,200 with an arrow, but... Holy. give me those, like, 7,000 plus damage rolls, baby. Okay, seeing nuke is good. Not as a counter, but as a direct nuke. Good to see. That means we are in phase 2 at least.
Also, Porum just like lost 1,200 HP. It's fine. It's fine.
And here's going to be a nice little bit of damage from Porum. Yeah, 6,600. Yeah, better get a Cure 4 out if we want this back line to survive the next Big Bang. They're actually going for just DPS now. Interesting, interesting.
Throw out the nukes.
Now, of course, being in phase 2, at most 65,000 HP to go. Or does, when Zeromus refills, I forget whether it goes up to 63 or 65. I'd have to go look at the script. Rosa does still have enough MP to do 4 Cure 4s here.
Or we could just go power overwhelming. Or we could just aim. We could throw out a wide spell, or we could aim. And I mean,
Okay, it is just 61 and 61. I thought the second refill had a different HP amount. My bad. Good to know. Oh, so did you remember to turn your battle speed back up? A question I ask myself many times. I know this is on purpose, I know. But this is definitely the feeling when you do fight, say, Wyvern, and then you go into the next boss without turning it back up.
and it's just like, why is everything so slow?
This dragon is from Final Fantasy Type 0. The sprite itself is from Record Keeper.
Hey, Zermus is doing something. You know, for the longest time, I had no idea if like Zermus is script was changed to go with the change in sprite. Oh, we're in media. We have rocks.
That's good to see. That's real good to see. Definitely less than 12,000 HP at this point to chew through.
Let's throw a slow. Let's kill Porum.
Hey, this way she's not taking up your valuable turns, right? Hey, there's the flash. Super Chicken has wrapped up this race with an official time of 2 hours, 47 minutes, 43 seconds. GG's to Super Chicken. We'll see if we can get them in here for an interview in just a second.
So how do you feel about being on Battle Speed 4 fighting that gauntlet?
I think I'm just doing every fight at Battle Speed 1 from now on. I'm gonna go practice my run buffers. I'm just going to be ready to do those split-second timings of Star Veils. And we'll see if we can get Superchicken in here in just a minute.
Everyone enjoy the eyes while we wait to see if Superchicken wants to join us for an interview. And he does. The eyes are staring into your soul.
Yeah, and since this is I think Superchicken's first race, letting them know how to get pulled into the restream channel. So hopefully we'll get them in here in just a moment. Anyway, so while we are waiting to be joined by Superchicken, there is a pretty exciting race tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern here on the Free Enterprise channel. We are having the final match of the round of 32 of the Highway to the Zima Zone League. This will round out. We'll know who our top 4 players are who get to draft their groups. We'll know who 5th through 12th are who get to guaranteed advance to the playoffs, and then we'll also know who is going into the play-in matches for a chance to make the playoffs as well. So make sure you're here tomorrow for that race. And afterwards, we'll be going through those top 20, just letting you know where everyone stands and what to be expecting in the weeks to come.
And just so you know, the people who are going to be in that race are the Fizz, Chokosura, Aizen Tayama, and Hippos.
Oh, yeah.
And there's someone on the commentary track tomorrow that I'm not sure I've ever heard of before. Is it Invenerable?
Hey, yes. Only one R. And our tracker Baka Shinobi is going to be on comms with me that race as well. So that's going to be a fun time.
So be sure to go catch both of them tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to be doing it's going to be mathematically Simbu on comms. And just to go back over those standings, so Aizen Tayama's in great shape, already has 11 points, guaranteed at least 1 point tomorrow, means that he is advancing to the playoffs no matter what. Hippos with a first place or a second place makes a play-in match. Chokosura and the Fizz, either of them with a first place finish, I think may also make a play-in match. It depends on how strength of schedule plays out for that second play-in. But we are joined by Superchicken. GG Superchicken.
Hey, thanks.
So, first race of the Hummingway Open. What do you feel went really right that seat for you, and what do you think you're going to want to practice for next time?
Got a decent group early on. I kind of wish I had saved my Soma drop for Flu instead of using it on Tela, but yeah, you never know who you're going to get. And then the D-Lunars wiped me. Didn't kill them quite quick enough to beat the breaths.
Oh yeah, they're definitely one of those scripts to take a good look at, because there's some really great tricks that you could have. That again, you know, it's hindsight's always 20/20, but there's some really cool tricks that you can use to deal with them.
Yeah, it was like I said, it felt pretty smooth. It was had a good groove, found some decent items, not great along the way. I did kind of run around in circles. I cleared the Earth when the adamant was on the moon. But, I think the best thing I did was skip the Baigen fight and not do that.
That is always tricky when you full cleared Earth and you just have that one final piece of the puzzle, just choosing where to gamble on the moon. But hey, you did a great job. Looking forward to seeing who you're matched with next week. And we're glad to have you on the racing scene.
Yeah. Me too. Thanks a lot. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks to the commentators. I was really hoping the adamant was going to be at the Bahamut spawn, but I had to do a little more searching than that.
Hey, rando gonna rando. But GG's again.
Yep. Everybody enjoy the rest of your weekend.
And thank you for joining us.
Look forward to the next one.
All right. And with that, I think we are about to wrap it up. We are going to be rating the new LTE show. I'm guessing they're playing Free Enterprise. Gonna be, let's give them, a warm welcome to the community. We've had so much new blood playing the game with this, with the Zima Zone and the HOPEN. Just love to see it. Love to see it. Paranoia? Anything else?
Yeah. No. I'm just looking forward to my next HOPEN match.
Oh, and actually, they had to have raids blocked, so we will not be raiding them. We're gonna see if our restreamer Tarasu has a backup plan, and we'll see. We'll find someone to send you over to keep the Free Enterprise train rolling.
That we will. Looks like we're going to actually go raid Compassionate Void instead.
Sounds good. All right, let's do it, and we'll see y'all in the races going forward. Have a good weekend, everyone.
Good. Have a good evening, everybody.